Hey everybody, it's Greg again. It's another edition of Unbreakable, the podcast. It is Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, September, Friday the 13th. So, anybody out there superstitious? I'm not. I'm not superstitious. I mean, I've never been superstitious. Some people are, they break a glass. I don't know too many people who are stupid enough to walk under a ladder. That's stupid anyway. But different superstitions. You don't walk on a crack. You walk on a crack, you break your mother's back. What does your mother have to do with it? What the hell? How did she get involved? I don't know. I do remember when I was a kid, I was given a rabbit's foot. I don't know by whom. My Uncle Henry used to be a hunter, a great hunter. And I don't know if he gave me the rabbit's foot or not. And I didn't say rabbit's foot when you carry it around, you have a lot of luck. It wasn't so lucky for the damn rabbit, though, was it? But, four-leaf clover. I don't know. I never was superstitious in that way, I'm more the compulsive guy. Like if something like behind me there, that Phillies throw, if Coco jumps on the bed and he messes it up, I get all flustered. Like I got to straighten it out right away. OCDC or whatever. ACDC. I don't know. But yeah, that bothers me. That bothers me. If that's ruined, if that's all crumpled and wrinkly, I got to straighten it out right away. And I don't know why. It's just something that I have to do. But as far as being superstitious, no. I looked it up. Friday the 13th goes way back, believe it or not, to the Bible. That's where it started. And it all has to do with the Last Supper, Jesus and the Last Supper. The 13th apostle, there, Judas. And we know about Judas. That's when it started. The 13th. And then the 13th was known as a bad, unlucky number. Because when you think about it, 12 is like a perfect number. 12 is a dozen, 12 months in a year, 12 ribs. A lot of things come in 12s. But 13 is sort of an eyeball kind of a thing. But the psychologists think that it's eventually going to wear out. That, I think there's less emphasis on Friday the 13th anymore. Nobody really makes a big deal out of it anymore. You hear about it on TV. On today's Friday. Back when I was a kid, I was like, oh my God, stay in bed all day. Cover up your head with your covers and don't get out of bed. Now it's like, yeah, who cares? What the hell? Actually, if someone is afraid of the number 13, there is a condition, a phobia, that the psychologist can tell you. It's called triskaidekaphobia, something, triska something. There is such a condition. But do you know, it's like the United States is like the only country in the world that has Friday the 13th as a bad day, because like in Spain, Tuesday the 13th is thought to be an unlucky day. Why Tuesday? I don't know. In Italy, any day on the 17th of any month is considered unlucky. Beats me, I don't know. But, in some ways they still, like some buildings they don't have a 13th floor. The elevator goes from the 12th to the 14th, which is stupid because there is a 13th. How are you going to get from 12 to 14 if you don't have a 13, right? It's a lot of boulder dash as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, so before we talk even more, look. Our patron saint right there of the podcast, Bud, Tug Man. Look at how cute he is, huh? Cute Bud. We miss you and we love you, Bud. Yes, we do. The other thing I wanted to talk about today is did you see last night in the football game, Tua Tagovailoa, whatever his last name is, Tua, the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. He got another concussion last night, which is his third. And we don't know the results. We don't know how long he's going to be out, if he's going to come back. Yeah, it's scary. This guy has had so many concussions. I just think the league has to step in and do something. I think they have to make a really bold statement, and they have to be firm. And I don't care who it is, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, whatever. If you have two concussions, let's say two, and they are a specific grade, if they're really bad, I think you're out. You got to be out. There's something somebody has to do something, because these guys, I get it. It's so much money and they love playing sports football, but somebody has to step in and say, enough is enough. This guy has little kids. He's married. He keeps getting hit in the head. He's not going to, it's his whole life in front of him. The guy is still young. It's sad. You look at some of these old time football players, and back in the day, 60s, 70s, if there wasn't so much emphasis on concussions and treatment and prevention, like the special helmets, as there is today. And some of these old guys, but just they admit it, they've been hit in the head once too many times. And it's just playing sport. But it doesn't have to be that way, These poor old guys grow old and they're like loopy. I don't know how else to say it. Somehow the NFL, being the power that it is, has to step in and make a firm rule that if you suffer two really, really bad concussions in your football career, you're done. You are done. And these teams have to wise up. The Miami Dolphins signed Tua last offseason, $212 million contract for 4 years. $167 million of it is guaranteed. Now, as of now, let's say Tua retires today. Okay, a couple things can happen. If Tua retires and is forced to retire because of medical reasons, which it certainly would be, Tua would get all that money, $167 million. He would get all of it. If he still has 124 million guaranteed money, but they're paying it out to Tua in segments every year. He gets so much. So he got like 43 million this year. He's got like 124 or so million guaranteed yet to go. But here's the thing. If Tua retires today and the doctors say, you can't play anymore or else you're in danger of dying, if he's forced out, he gets the 167 million, no questions. That's the contract he signed. If Tua is cleared to play again by the doctors, but makes his own decision not to play, he could forfeit that money. But what would probably happen would be Tua and the Dolphins would sit down and work out a settlement. Maybe Tua wouldn't get all of the 167 million guaranteed, but maybe he would get half of it. They would work out a deal. But that, number one, Miami and these other teams have to be a little smarter. They know that Tua has a history of concussions. I mean, he had two last year. They carted him off the field on a stretcher, for God's sakes. He's had problems way back into college when he played quarterback for Alabama. So I know the guy's talented, but you don't sign him to a $212 million contract and you give him 167 of it guaranteed if you know the man has a history of concussions. You don't do that. But they did, and they were foolish enough to do it, and Tua signed it. So Tua deserves the money, right? I mean, that's the Dolphins' fault. That's the NFL's fault. It's not Tua's fault. So it's going to be interesting to find out what happens. Number one, whether the doctors clear him to play again. And number two, what Tua himself with his family decides to do. Because after the last concussion, the one where they wheeled him off the field on a stretcher, he claims that he sat down with his family and they decided as a family that he should play. Okay, fine. Knowing the risk involved, right? I just feel there's got to be some sort of a guideline to help these guys out. Obviously, he's doing it for the money. Obviously, he's doing it because he loves playing football. But there's got to be something to say, you're not going to kill yourself, right? I mean, I don't think there's much they can do on the field. They already have the special helmets. How much more can you pad these guys up? If hi Coco, if Tua's going to take a hit, he's going to take a hit. And what happened? It wasn't in the pocket hit when he was trying to pass the ball. It got sacked. He was running and he lowered his head. And ironically enough, he ran into DeMar Hamlin, the guy who had the cardiac problem on the field for Buffalo. He's back playing. But it's just something they have to do. It's something they have to talk about and do. And but keep in mind, it will be very interesting to see what happens in this case, because it may set precedents for cases after it, right? And maybe teams will, as much as they lack quarterbacks, good quarterbacks in the NFL, maybe teams will think, have second thoughts about giving this guy a long time contract, or anybody who has a history of concussion. I know anybody can get a concussion. It's a violent sport. Anybody can be taking a chance. But if you know a guy has a history of concussions, you think twice. I'm just saying. All right, so I wish Tua all the best. And whatever happens, I hope he finds peace. You know, and does the right thing. These guys, the Phillies, they're back tonight. They're playing at home against the Mets. And this is a big series because they play 3 against the Mets in Philadelphia this weekend. And then they go to New York next weekend and they play 4 up in New York against the Mets. And the reason it's big is because the Mets are in second place. They've overtaken the Braves. I mean, the Mets are still quite a ways away. What are they? 7.5, 8 games out of first place. They're not going to catch the Phillies, okay? Stop with all these New York people. Oh, you're not going to win a division. You better be focused on keeping the Braves at bay, because it looks like one of the 2 teams, Atlanta or the Mets, are not going to make the playoffs. One is going to be in, the other is not. So, but look out for the Cubs. The Cubs are charging hard, and they're creeping up. They're creeping up. Padres and Diamondbacks look like they're going to be in, but they're both backsliding too. So there's not that many games left, but it's going to be a race to the finish. Somebody's going to get those 3 wildcard spots. But it is a big series because the Phillies can go a long way. Their magic number is, I believe it's 9. So any combination of Phillies wins and net losses chops the number down. Yeah, basically. So look at it this way. If the Phillies sweep the Mets this weekend, 3 Phillies wins, 3 Mets losses, the number goes down by 6. The Phillies magic number come Monday morning would be 3. That's how big of a series it is. So let's hope the Phils do well. Aaron Nola pitches tonight. Let's hope he has a good game. It wasn't so good the last time he pitched. Although the time before that, when I saw him, Sunday night baseball against Atlanta, he had an excellent game. So let's hope it's a good Nola game today, okay? As opposed to a bad Nola game. So good luck Phillies this weekend. And that's about it. The campaigns are just chugging along there. Kamala wants another debate. Trump says no, there shall not be another debate. My personal feeling is I think there will. And why do I say that? I say that because I think Donald Trump is going to take a look at the polls. And Reuters had a poll late yesterday that says, since the debate, Kamala Harris has gone up 5 points on Donald Trump. 5 points. That's how much the debate mattered. Well, I think Trump is going to see that and say, I need to catch up somehow. Even though I get my ass kicked again, I need to catch up. And don't forget, we know that Donald Trump loves the limelight. We know he loves to be in front of the cameras, the TV audience. And again, just 70 million people watched the debate Tuesday. Wow. I would think there would be a big audience if there was another debate, maybe in October. So I think that's something he's not going to be able to pass up, just to be in that spotlight, all that publicity. And I think he's eventually going to go for it. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, all right, everybody, have a great day. Yeah. Don't forget to check out my episodes I put on yesterday, my regular episode. Plus, I had 2-parter, The Honeymooners, our weekly TV classic of the week. And I thought it came out very well. The 2-parters, they're about 20 minutes each. Talks all about the history of the Honeymooners, all about the characters, about the different episodes, classic episodes, and trivia about the Honeymooners. I think it came out really well. So you'll have to check that out online. I'll keep posting it on X. And finally, thank you. Somebody out there became my 60th subscriber. Yay! I wish I could kiss you or throw a party for me or something. I don't make anything from doing this. This is free, and I enjoy doing it. I don't know. I just don't know how to make money out of it. I'm stupid, okay? But I like doing it. It's free. But to be a subscriber, when an episode drops, and people look like a subscriber. Oh, you have 1,000 subscribers. It must be a good podcast. Well, I already have 60, but I love the 60 people who took the time to hit that button and say, yeah, I like what you do. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. So thank you very much. Whoever number 60 is. By the way, did you see this real quick? This is something that just came to mind when I thought of the number 60. Did you hear about this? Oh my God. Stanford University did a research recently. And Stanford is Stanford, right? I mean, it's a hoity-toity school. We're not talking about the Sisters in a Poor Academy or something. We're talking about Stanford. They did a study on aging recently. And you know how we think as we get older, we age. Every day we age. Every day we get older. And every day we get there, right? We proceed along the golf course of life. I'm on the back end right now. I'm on the back end. And so Stanford said, no. aging is not what we think it was. There are 2 points in your life where you age quicker than other points in your life. And I'm thinking, well, maybe teenage years, because you go through a lot, right? When you're a teenager. I don't know, maybe when you get first job, when you get married and have kids. No. Stanford University, they've deducted somehow that when you turn 44, you age. You get older right there. Everything starts to break down, the plumbing inside of you, and you just start to feel older. 44. And the other age where you start to really, really, really hit it is 60. 60, yeah. Now, that's not saying anybody 44 and 60 should apply for the retirement home yet. No. That's not true. Everyone is different. Everyone ages different. Stanford is just saying these are specific ages in your life where it's sort of a crossroads. Think of it that way. It's a crossroads in your life, in your body. I think of the body as like a car, and sooner or later, the parts get old. You got to replace the parts. You got to take care of the car. You got to put good gasoline in it to keep it humming, right? You got to take care of the car to make it last. It's just like your body, right? You got to take care of yourself. You got to exercise. You got to eat right. You got to watch your weight. No smoking. Limit the drinking. No drugs. You got to take care of your body. So if you're beyond 60, like yours truly, you can still feel good. But all Stanford is saying is 60 is a landmark. Okay? Cross 60, biologically, naturally, I'm aging even more. That's all that Stanford is saying. So 44 and 60 are the big numbers, the big birthdays. But you know what? Everyone's different. Enjoy life. Enjoy it. Every moment that we have, live for the moment, because we don't know what tomorrow holds. And yesterday is yesterday. It's not coming back. And everything is now, the moment. And we have to cherish it and enjoy one day at a time. Okay, everybody, peace and love. See you probably tomorrow. We'll talk some more crap. Have a good day. TGIF. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye.